Hi and welcome to episode 109 of the This Is Reportage podcast. My name is Alan Law. I am the founder of This Reportage and This Reportage family, and I'm a photographer too. It's always a delight to talk to the fab Janina Brocklesby, so it was just awesome to have her on the podcast this week. Based in the UK, Janina is a multiple Reportage and Story Award winner, and as well as being a very talented photographer, is just a lovely, lovely person. If you've ever had the pleasure of meeting her, I'm sure you would agree. Janina shares so much in the episode, including deciding to make a big change in her life to do something she loves, what makes a good wedding photographer, why she enjoys shooting as a duo, cooking and her dislike for chocolate, editing, conferences, networking, and the importance of continuing to learn, and much, much more. Before we get on to Janina, just a quick mention that today, the 24th of March 2022, is the last day to submit to our current round of awards on both our wedding site, This Reportage, and our family site, This Reportage Family. The deadline is 23:59 GMT on 24th of March 2022. All the best if you're entering. Please also note that this interview was recorded on the 16th of February 2022, so please excuse us if there are any time-related things in our discussion that may be a little out of date now. Right, over to Janina. Hey Janina, how you doing?
Hey Alan, I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm really good actually. Thank you. Yeah, really good. How's things with you? And where in the world are you at the moment? Because aren't you like up in Scotland or something?
At the moment, yes. So I've got a few allotments up on the west coast of Scotland. So I'm here for a week or so.
Nice. Actually, a few elopements. Yeah, multiple.
Three. It's just a small venue, which basically they kind of tend to bring photographers for a week or so because it's the middle of nowhere. So they provide accommodation and everything.
Oh wow!
It's quite nice. Managed to bring
cool.
my kids as well. So
that's nice. Nice little family break.
Yeah.
How did you get in? Did you get in with that kind of hotel that does it then? How did you get those gigs?
So basically throughout the lockdown, my good friend Nadine, who you interviewed ages ago as well, she had a big wedding here, and they need bigger wedding, and a few allotments, and she just asked me if I want to come along with her. So I did for a couple of weeks, and we kind of swap around now, whoever's free and however's available, and come here now and again.
Nice, that's cool. Scotland's a lovely place in the world. Cool. Nice scenery. Are you near the coast then? Yes,
so it's a beautiful little venue on the west coast. It's got a gorgeous beach, and it would be perfect, but obviously at the moment it's the weather really is not that great, so it's a bit more challenging.
I get, yeah, it's awful down here in Cornwall as well. It's just been chucking it down for days actually.
I feel the whole country is affected at the moment, but hey,
aren't you going to get storms? You're going to get storms in Scotland, aren't you?
Oh, don't. I know. I'm a little bit dreading it because I've got allotment tomorrow, which is supposed to be quite heavy rain, and then Friday I think is the worst day, and I'm coming back Sunday and then flying to Dublin.
Yes, cool. Can't wait for that. So this episode is going to come out after Doc Day, but we'll have to pretend. Well, we won't have to pretend. I'm sure we had a great time. Well, let's not talk like that.
I'm sure. Yeah, sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Janina. There, I only saw you a few months ago at the TIR Christmas party. That was fun, but looking forward to seeing you again. This will be your first Doc Day, won't it?
Yes, it will be. I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. So yeah, how far away from home are you at the moment then? Because do you live in? Is it Lytham St Anne's? Is that how you say it?
Yes, so it's Lytham St Anne's, just outside Blackpool. So Crea is about 6 hours drive.
Oh wow.
So it is a bit of a drive, but it's really pleasant drive, because the second you kind of hit the Lake District and all the way up for Glasgow and up to Scotland, it's just gorgeous views. So as long as the weather is okay, it's actually a very pleasant drive. I don't mind it at all. Genuinely, I like driving. So
yeah, I was going to say that you do like driving, yeah.
I do. I think I find it quite relaxing, and I find a little bit of me time when I'm in a car on my own. I can listen to music or podcasts or anything similar.
I get that. I like that at the end of a wedding. And you're trying to not drive?
Yes. I'm trying not to drive too fast.
Oh, right, too fast. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I find it after wedding quite relaxing because you still got music booming in your ears, and I find it quite chilling and needed. I couldn't just go straight to bed after after shooting all night.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? Are you one? Do you often drive back on the night of the wedding then, or do you stay nearby in a hotel, or do you drive back home?
I often drive back, which probably is not the most sensible thing to do, but I know that I'm quite awake. Or if it's really, really far away wedding, like if it was here in Scotland and I was finishing at midnight, then I probably would drive 2-3 hours just to calm myself down and get the kind of excitement, adrenaline calm down, and then I would have a nap. Just to be safe, really.
Yeah, that's wise. Yeah. I get that as well.
I always go the day before.
Yeah, I go the day before, but I always drive back the night of the wedding now. Yeah, I have done for the last couple of years. I like driving at night as well. I just prefer that, and stopping at McDonald's at like 3 a.m. and stuff. It's all good.
Of course.
Do you do that?
It's on the road though in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not McDonald's.
Really?
I don't remember last time I had McDonald's. I know. Yeah.
What do you stop for then? Because McDonald's seems to be like the only kind of hot food that's open 24 hours.
It's probably coffee, because I probably will have some donuts in the car from the weddings or anything like that.
Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, well, that's all good. Well, I'll have to treat you to a McDonald's in Dublin. Janina, because you very kindly treated me to one at 9 Dots. That was so kind. I was so hungry as well, and you just appeared there. That burger is so awesome. That was one of the kindest things that's ever happened in my entire life, so thank you for that. It was awesome.
Well, my pleasure. That was I forgot about that actually.
Yeah, it's so cool. Oh, I love that. It was awesome. Yes, I'll treat you back in Dublin. We'll do it. Although it would have already happened by the time people listen to this, so hopefully I followed through with that, and all good. Cool.
I'll keep you to that.
Okay, definitely. So Janina, and that's a good thing to say as well. I've been saying your name incorrectly for the past few years, so yes, it is Janina, not Janina. That's right, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes.
Yes. So that's good. Sorry, I was saying your name incorrectly for so long. That's bad.
I think it's quite often my fault because in my previous work, people were quite lazy with my name, and then I got a little bit lazy because I found it easier just not to explain. Oh, it's like Janine, but it's A on the end, and just read it as Y, and just people start to say Janina, and I got used to it myself. And then people call me Jay as well.
Oh, right. So really they should call you.
Do make effort.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, I'm definitely going to say it correctly going forward. So that's good. I wonder if there'll be quite a few people listening to this. They'll be going, what? I didn't know that.
I know. Like, oops.
It's a revelation. No,
I'm absolutely fine with Janina. I'm so used to it that, it's probably close family and friends call me Janina.
Okay. Well, they're both lovely names. But I'm going to go with Janina. And you mentioned your previous job there, so I wanted to just, let's start from the beginning, Janina. And how did you become a photographer? Because you used to be a dentist, didn't you?
Yes. So I had a pretty serious job.
That's very serious.
How did I become a photographer? Do you know, I actually really loved photography as capturing memories, and I was always probably the one with the camera as a kid, really, as a teenager. So I've always enjoyed it, and I always loved black and white. I think in my family's quite arty. My grandma still has the art gallery with paintings. My brother finished art school. So it's a lot of that has been in the family. And then I had this serious job, and it sounds really horrible, bored of it, doing things I really don't like, even though it was good money. I was very stressed. I wouldn't call depressed, but I was quite snappy at times because I just didn't enjoy what I was doing.
I can't imagine you being snappy.
And I had obviously... Really?
Yeah. You're so friendly.
Guys right now. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I can be snappy, sadly. I think we all got that somewhere, don't we?
Oh, we do. Yes. Oh, we definitely all do. Yeah. Well, so yeah, it must have been a stressful job. What was it like in general, just being a dentist then? I just find it very interesting, actually. Yeah. What was it like?
You know, when people ask me, I always say people spitting in your face. It's pretty much, you feel like sometimes it was very rewarding when people really took on board what you said and look after themselves and took on board the advice you're given. But very often it was quite unappreciative, and working for system as well is slightly different because you've got certain rules you have to follow, and you just can't give everything to anyone because the things will go after you. So it was very stressful at times, even though the money was good. We all enjoyed that part of it. I was just too stressed, and I had 2 children, and my little boy, he's autistic, so he needed some extra attention.
Right, sure.
And I felt always awful, like having some time off work and things like that. And I just, frankly, it's all because of one of my good friends now. We were on holidays, met her on holidays on Lanzarote, and we were sitting by the pool, and I was moaning to her how much I don't want to go back to work after my maternity leave. And she said to me, why don't you, why don't you do what you like? And by the time I got back home, I signed myself for some online courses, got myself a camera, and I thought, I've always loved photography. Why not?
Wow, that's cool. That's cool that you just went for it. It must have been, because I remember when I quit my day job as well. It is scary. It's scary. And especially you having such a good income from being a dentist, that must have been pretty scary.
I still went back part-time at that point, but in my head, I just wasn't there anymore. So I thought, right, I need to just now build my business while I'm working, and eventually drop the job, which I did. Actually, was I think the weekend before the first This Is Reportage party, the Christmas party.
Oh, was it?
I remember being on the train thinking, wow, that's a Monday. I'm on the train going to London instead of sitting in my practice.
Wow, gosh, that's a big deal doing that. It's so much respect for you for doing it, as I know it's such a scary thing, but it's such a great thing to do as well. And life is so much more about that it's so much more than just a regular income, isn't it? It's so much more.
Absolutely. And as scary as it is, it's probably the best feeling ever as well. And funny enough, not long ago, I bumped into one of my colleagues who still does what he does, and he said some wonderful things to me, how happy he is for me, and how kind of not jealous but envy he is that I'm doing what I love. And I thought, wow, and I used to look up to you, and it was quite moving for me, I have to say.
Oh, that's cool, Janina. That's really cool. And my wife's going through something similar at the moment. So she quit her NHS job like 6 weeks ago. So she's only got 2 days left now.
Did
and that's
she?
Yeah.
Joys of working for NHS, eh?
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that was one of the side benefits of the pandemic for us, is that she started a private practice. She actually diagnoses autism in children, fully. Coincidence.
Does she? Oh,
yeah, so she does. But so she started a private practice, and that's going really well. Touch wood. So and she's been so stressed with the NHS stuff. Yeah, so it's exciting.
Well, that's the thing. You've got targets, and you've got so many things to follow. Working for NHS, it can be very, very stressful. Well, it is very stressful.
Right. Yeah. I bet.
Oh, good on you.
So yeah, no, thank you. That's cool, and good on you. It's awesome, and you've done so well as well. And so then, when you started like learning about it, taking courses and stuff, how did you then start your business? How did you get your first weddings and things? Tell us about
that. So my first wedding was actually one of kind of my friend getting married, as you do. And I've asked her, do you have a photographer? And she said, yes, I do. His name is Kieran. I can introduce you to him, because she knew that obviously I want to build my business. And she said to me, come to my wedding, take some photos, do whatever you wish. And obviously, I spoke to Kieran at the time, and he was very kindly, super helpful, and helped me a lot on the beginning, and took me for some of his second shooting jobs.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got loads of advice from him. He retired now, so he's a wonderful human being who basically just let me shadow him.
That's cool.
And then I think, it was just one of those where just ask local photographers for second shooting gigs, and I was doing some photos because, again, the friend who was getting married, she also was a model, so she was doing some fashion show for a bridal shop, and she said, just come along, take some photos there. And then that happened, the local newspaper wanted these photos, and kind of one thing went to another, and I met a local photographer who I worked with second shooting for about a year, which was great, amazing experience just to see what can happen on a wedding. I wouldn't change it for the world, really, even though it was a really crazy year, because I think we shot about 50 weddings or even more.
Wow, gosh.
Yeah, but it was very different style than to what I wanted, because he's very good photographer, amazing studio photographer, but very traditional, very posy, very much orientated in that kind of way. And he's got, fantastic clients, loving his work, but it wasn't me. So obviously it came to the point where I thought I need to find my own little world, really. And then I came across you.
No. That was a while ago, was it? What year was that workshop? 2017?
I think it was 2017, yeah.
Yeah, it might be 2017. Wow, 18. Yeah.
I mean, the last few years is one mix, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. But you were kind of advised not to come to my workshop, weren't you?
I did. So basically, he sends me a link to your workshop saying, look, you pay XYZ amount of money and you don't even come out with a model shoot with any photos. And I thought, after reading what you do and what you teach, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. That's what I wanted, because I always wanted the lifestyle kind of photos, documentary approach, name it however we wish. So yeah, at that point, I think the second I read about the workshop, I've messaged you and I signed up.
Oh, that's cool.
And the rest is history.
Oh, it was so lovely meeting you back then, and we've been friends ever since. It's really cool, and it's just great hearing your overall story there, because you just really went for it, and I think that's just really inspirational. You had that life decision that you weren't happy doing what you did, and like you really went for it. I think there might be some people listening who are in that position in a job that they're stressed at, but they're scared of quitting or don't really know what to do. And it's great to hear how you just went for it, approached people, learned second shots, got so much experience and just rocked it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you have to, I think, like, if you really, really want something and you really want to change, not only for yourself, but for your family as well, for your children, you just have to, even though some of the things were very much of my comfort zone. I remember going first time to London, and I've never been to London on my own at that point, and I had to make my way from Euston to wherever, and it was so scary, I was thinking, what am I doing? But the photography world, it's such a wonderful world, that actually the amount of help there and advice and, so what, you don't know anyone, just meet me under the clock on Euston Station and we will go together. Or there's a phone number, ring me and I'll guide you. And that's how I found amazing friends as well.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, if there is a will, there is a way.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And you're so right about it being such a friendly, great, helpful community. And obviously there's loads of different photographer communities around. But generally they're all just lovely, full of lovely, like-minded people who are just really into helping each other, aren't they? They're fab.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think the last 2 years even brought us all closer together and showed how close together we are as a community, how we support each other, how we help each other if one falls poorly or whatever happens. It's I think we're quite lucky in the way community works.
Yes, we are, aren't we? Yeah. I wonder if there are many other industries like it that are so kind of helpful of each other. I don't know. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I've missed the physical side though, of not meeting up over those, Corona times. So it's lovely. I mean, we saw each other recently at 9 Dots and in the TIR party, and I'm sure we're going to have a fab time at Doc Day. All those hugs.
Oh.
Ooh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. Do you like Guinness, by the way? Do you drink Guinness? No, I don't know what happened. But do you drink Guinness?
No,
not me. Don't like it. Yeah.
No. Yuck. No.
Okay. Well, neither of us drank Guinness at Doc Day. We can probably say then. Yeah. But I'm sure we would have drank other stuff.
Probably we will.
Touching upon your inspirational starting your what you really wanted to do, which is awesome. Your dad said to you to chase dreams no matter how old you are. Is that right? Can you tell us a bit more about that, about him?
He did, yes. So my dad always chased his dreams, really, I have to say. He always thought you're never too old to do whatever you wish in life. And I would say he was huge inspiration for me. And probably him passing away 3 years ago had also a massive impact on how I approach life in general, how memories are important, as cheesy as it sounds. Photos and videos is all we have left when people go. So he always told me, do whatever you feel is right, whatever makes you happy. The money is not everything. And he wasn't the richest man on the planet by all means, but he was happy. And
that is rich, isn't
beautiful
it?
in my eyes. Yes.
Yeah, yes. I totally agree with that. That's awesome. It's awesome that he gave you that. That's awesome.
And he loved photography. He had many cameras in a life. To be honest, many things he loved, I kind of followed. Cooking. He was actually a chef. So.
Oh really? Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you had good food growing up then.
Yes. And I love cooking as well, I have to say. It's a little my happy place. I'm a feeder.
Oh, that's cool. I like feeders. That's all good. What do you cook, like fresh stuff most days and things then?
Yeah, I do. If I've got time, I do. And I like buying fresh ingredients as well, proper fresh, which comes with a price at times. But I like picking things and making my own pasta and things like that.
Oh, really? From scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, I wouldn't even have a clue how to do that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
If I've got time. If I have time.
Yeah. That's really cool. I do all the cooking in our house, but I just but only very simple stuff, like spaghetti bolognese and not fresh. I don't make my own spaghetti and stuff. That would be awesome. I'd love to do that. That'd be cool.
It's not that hard. It's actually not that hard. I'll tell you what I can't do, and I've seen loads of people doing during COVID, is doing a proper sourdough bread. That's something I've not tried and I really want to do.
A what?
I can't bake. That's something I can't do. The bread.
Oh, bread, right. Oh, okay, right.
Bread, yeah. Loads of people. I saw loads of people posting pictures of the bread throughout COVID times and learning how to bake bread. Something I can't do. I don't bake.
Okay. Well, I can't do that either, so don't worry. I can do hardly anything. I have a repertoire of about 5 meals that we just kind of rotate every week. But the one thing I love to do, though, I love to do a Sunday roast. I do love that. I love that.
Oh, you can't beat Sunday roast. That's...
It is awesome, isn't it?
I like roast as well.
So whilst on the subject of food, though, you love to cook, but I heard there's one thing that you don't like, and you don't like chocolate. Is that for real?
That is for real. I like the Lindor balls. That's the only chocolate I like.
I was going to ask. I've got it next to me here. What about Lindor? Because I love Lindor.
that's the only chocolate, and the balls ones. Yes, so that's the chocolate I love. And I'm not keen on chocolate. I never was a chocolate addict, and I don't really like it. Wow. I don't know why.
No, I think you're the only person in the world, Janina. Maybe the only person in the world.
A few people say it to me, it's like, really? Yeah, it's but my waist doesn't show it though, because I eat far too much pizzas.
That's funny. Oh, it's cool though, you saying about the Lindor balls. I love them, so I often get them for Christmas, like off my sisters and stuff. It's cool. Yes. But have you ever tried Hotel Chocolate's peanut butter chocolates?
No.
Oh, honest. Do you like peanut butter in general?
I do like peanut butter, yes.
Oh, wait, I guess if you don't like chocolate, but these peanut butter Hotel Chocolat chocolates are the nicest things. They are so good, honestly. They're so good.
Sounds interesting. It must be nice mix with sweet and salty.
Yes, it is. Honestly, it's like perfect. It's awesome. And talking of peanut butter, I have for breakfast every morning. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I might as well. Every morning for breakfast, I have Greek yogurt and I just put peanut butter in it, and it just mix it all up. It's lovely. Really nice.
I think I've seen it on one of either you've mentioned it on a podcast or on your Facebook. I have to say I've tried it, and it was very tasty.
Oh, good! You liked it? Oh, good! Yeah, yes, it's so nice. I get excited at night time thinking of waking up the next morning to eat it. It's that sad. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You mentioned pizza there. You love a pizza. What's your favorite pizza then?
I'm quite easy pleased. I do like just a lovely margarita with fresh basil on it. But any pizza really will do. Yeah, I just love pizza.
Any pizza will do. That's good. No, that's cool. Yeah, it's a great food.
It's bad pizza. I just don't say no to pizza. It's bad. I like pizza.
It is so lush though, isn't it? I didn't have it till I met Oni, till I was like 18, 19 or so. Never had pizza, and then it was like, wow, this is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, because my parents never had it, I think. So it's you eat what your parents have, and yeah, good.
True.
Okay, Janina, let's go back to photography. Whilst on the subject of pizza, I love Domino's Tandoori Hot. Have you ever had that?
I don't know if I did actually. But I don't mind chicken with different spices on a pizza. What do I normally get from Domino's if I get Domino's? I think it's veg aroma.
Oh, well, that sounds good.
With some different... The Domino's on spices are nice on pizza. They're quite tasty.
Do you make
We're going to be hungry after this.
I know, that's so true. Do you make your own pizza bases at home and stuff?
I started, but I don't have a proper pizza oven or anything like that, which is on my shopping list. Maybe one day for the summer to have something like that in a garden, to be able to make proper pizza.
Right.
But yeah, pizza is more something which I eat out or at weddings, or like we said before, or after wedding, most likely that will be something more likely I will have.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, good. I love that. You are making me really hungry though. So let's check. We're probably making everyone feel really hungry. Let's go back to photography. So Janina, let's go to a technical one. Well, it's not super technical, so don't worry. I don't often ask equipment stuff, but it's interesting. Do you have a favorite lens or a favorite focal length for your wedding coverage?
I do love 25.
Nice.
I've got Sony Batis 25, and that's just beautiful storytelling lens. So probably I would say that's my favorite.
Cool. And then same with me. Exactly same lens as well. I love that. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous lens, isn't it? I shoot a lot on it. For details, things like that, I do like 85. Although recently I've got 50.
Cool.
Which again, it's nice in between. I like that one as well, which I never thought I would. But I've put it on one wedding just to see. Let's just play a lot with it, and the size of the room was perfect. And I have to say I've enjoyed that as well. But 25 for sure. It's nice. Probably 70% of photos is on that.
That's cool, and really similar to me as well. Yeah, I love that. So, which Sony cameras are you using?
I've got A7 III. So nothing too fancy. It's
still great cameras,
a little bit outdated now, but it does the job. I just wish it was silent. It feels it's too loud.
Are you thinking of are you gonna change? It's so expensive to change though, isn't it, as well, and things. So
it is, and there probably will be a point where I'm going to want to upgrade, but not yet, and probably not this season as well. So maybe after this summer. It's just like you said, it's so expensive.
Oh yeah, totes. Oh, I can't believe I just said that word, totes. That's awful. Sorry. I apologise to everyone listening. I actually said that word. And talking of your 25 mil, do you get quite do you get quite close when you're shooting with a 25 mil?
I do, and I think the way I speak to my couples before the wedding and explain to them that I will be close with my camera, and I come quite early probably for the bridal morning to get them used to me being there quite close. I am one of these annoying photographers who will be on the bottom of a table and that close. Yes.
That's cool.
But I try to do it discreet as well.
Yeah, but then you get the best shots that way, don't you? It's so much more intimate.
You do. Yeah, and they've got so much more feeling to it as well. And the same with a dance floor. I don't photograph from outside. I get in, often I will get knocked over or drink spilled on me, but that's fine because it feels you photograph from within, not from outside.
That's so true. That's cool. Yeah, that's great. I love those. Those real small snippets of great advice, I think, and can really elevate your shooting. They really can. Okay, Janina, I like this question as well. Have you made any really memorable mistakes ever?
Oh, in photography.
Well, could be any, or you could talk about some dental mistakes. Oh no, go on.
Oh, maybe not. No, that one might cost me a lot of money. Do you know, once when I was still Nikon, a couple of years ago, it was very easy to switch from RAW to JPEG, and I was second shooting, and halfway through the day, I've realised that most of the wedding I shot on JPEG, which maybe nowadays with Sony wouldn't be such a major issue, but it wasn't then as well. The photographer, he said he was absolutely fine. He didn't have to do much work to the photos, thankfully. But the feeling inside was just awful, knowing that I switched from RAW to JPEG. And I had once camera failing on me during the wedding, during ceremony.
Oh no, what proper just
literally
fail?
Yes, just they stop working, don't they? You can't. They just you can't take photos anymore at all. The way the camera was set. So thankfully, I was working with Jawad, and with sign language, I showed him that I'm dead. That I'm just pretending at that point taking photos. So he took over.
Oh, that was lucky. You had both of you then at that point. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I had the second camera as well, but it was a crucial moment where I was like, I need to just, the ceremonies, when the civil ceremony, it's so fast at times, they 10, 15 minutes. So that time I had a bit of a moment, but it was fine. I didn't lose anything, which was the main thing. I didn't lose anything. It was just a couple of probably seconds where I was like, right, we need to change where we are and sort it out. But it was fine.
That was good. You thought on your feet straight away and sorted it. That's cool, though. That's cool. Oh, scary, that kind of thing, though. When
scary, yeah. That's why I wouldn't go with one slot camera for that reason. That I've been there and it's like, just no.
Yeah, they totally get that. Yeah, same with me.
No judgment on those who do, though.
No, they're cool. Risk takers. No.
Yes, I live on the edge.
Oh no, that's cool. Yeah, so I just shoot with I never change cards either, so I just have two 256 gig cards and never change cards or whatnot. And
yeah, same. I don't want to touch them during the day. If they're in, and I'd rather just leave them there for all day. So I don't touch them all day as well. So I do buy quite large cards like yourself.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? And you don't have to worry really about a card. I know I understood in the olden days where people would get lots of smaller cards because if one card failed, then you wouldn't lose the whole wedding. But now we shoot to 2 card slots. You mitigate that anyway, so it's all good. Cool, Janina. Let's change tack. Do you watch much Netflix or movies or anything?
Do you know what, that question I was slightly dreading because I don't.
Oh, great. Good. Well, that's good. We'll still play it anyway. Cause
there we go. I don't really, I think with all the weddings we had last year, the backup of 2022 and just far too much time behind the screens and away from TV, I didn't really have much time to watch Netflix.
So are you not
I've seen some little series.
Okay, you're not a photographer who puts Netflix on in the background whilst you're editing or anything then?
No, because I would just do it super slow and I would focus on TV rather than editing.
I know, I'm totally with you there. I don't know how I wish I could do that. It's awesome people do it, but I don't know how they do it. I even find it hard even to have music on when I'm editing. I just have silence generally.
Yeah, often I will have some chats with my friends on the call. I can do that. Again, throughout the COVID, we've learned to do that. So it's kind of co-working at this point. If 2 of us is editing, and we can chat, and if we have any problems, we can screen share and things like that.
Cool.
So I do that quite often in a day. And I try not to edit in the evenings because I've kind of promised to myself to spend that time with my kids. And yeah, I'm saying it, but this year, obviously, the amount of work took a little bit over. So
yeah, it's been a bit of an extraordinary one last year, though, wasn't it? How many did you end up shooting last year then?
I think 72.
What? 72?
Allotment. Well, yeah.
Wow.
But included allotment. So some of that were very short.
But still, that's still so 72 different shoots. That's a lot, Janina. That's awesome. Wow, cool. Drinks on you in Dublin then, by the sounds of it.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, everyone who, when they hear this, Doc Day would have been over anyway, so no one will be able to come up to you and just beg for drinks.
Well, you snooze, you lose then.
Yeah. But I know, I'll be able to come up to you in a few days. So, Janina, give me a drink, please. Right, okay.
72. But it's not something I would do normally. I try to cap it to 30 max, and I try not to shoot 2 weddings in a row because I do tend to stay till finish.
Right, do you really? What, even 1, 2 a.m. finishes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hardcore. I'm too old to do that, Janina. I'm too old.
I think you're younger than me. That's scary.
Well, you have more energy than me. No, that's cool that you do that. But as you're saying, that's really hard to do if you've got double headers, isn't it? It's hard to stay to the end if you've got double header.
Yeah. I could. You couldn't do it when you've got double headers, and more often than not, a do-workers duo, so it's two of us, so it's easy as well to take it easy at certain times in a day or have a bit of more rest.
That's cool. How have you found?
Yeah.
How have you found? Because how long have you been working as a duo now? And you're kind of rebranding, aren't you, at the moment? Is that right?
Yes. So we're all in the process of rebranding, which hopefully will be finished soon. So do you know we met I think 3 years ago originally, but officially it was last year when we thought let's just do it together.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
was he doing the video
show.
originally or something, or is he already been photographer?
Yes. So Joe's doing a bit of both. So he's obviously he's learned video over last summer, and we've got a few of these booked for next year as well. But if he's not doing video, then we're just both focusing on photography, which he's amazing at. So
yeah, that's cool. And so is it, for me, I've only ever watched solo, so it's just interesting hearing from you. You've done both. Do you prefer working as a duo then? It must be fun.
I do. I don't like shooting on my own anymore.
Right, sure.
I think I just got used to it so much that it's two of us. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You've always got a company there, and anything takes a lot of stress away.
That's
anything
cool.
goes wrong or something, just whatever it is just nice to have a person to share that with, I think.
I get that.
Yeah, I found it I like the galleries, the way we work together and the way the galleries look, and I guess it's quite a good selling point as well to the couples.
Oh, yeah.
It's the two of them.
And one of each sex as well, which is another kind of plus point as well, really.
Yes, and we're not a couple, which is, there's loads of duos there who are husbands, wives teams, and obviously we've got Dom and Liam who are family as well. We're quite unique that we live in different parts of the world as well in the UK, slightly different. It's about 2 hours away from each other.
Right.
Yeah, so we met at a wedding, basically. Shooting.
Oh, cool. What, we're both working? Was he doing the videos or?
No. So I was associating for a friend of mine. She was quite heavy pregnant, and it was quite a big Asian wedding where I needed some help with good photos, and she sent him, and we just got on like house on fire, had a really good day, and then he second shoot for me a couple of times, and we just decided to work it together.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, it's really cool to hear. It's funny you're saying, you're not a couple. Do you ever get asked at the wedding if you're a couple?
All the time.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because we both married for 10 years. We both got 2 children. So often people say, are you married? We go, yeah, 2 kids. Yeah, just not to each other. And then it's quite funny how people have confusing face. And But very often we will get that asked. Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Cool. Well, you almost managed to distract me. You almost managed to distract me from doing this Netflix quiz, but I remembered. So that's how we began this discussion. So let's do it anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't get any. And some of them, I've got some of the older things anyway. So even if you haven't watched recently, might be okay. Okay, so anyone's listening to this for the first time, I'm just going to say a synopsis, and we're going to see if Janina can get it. Okay, you ready for the first one?
Yeah. No. Go on.
Okay, this is an old movie, by the way. It's like 20 years old now or something, but it's pretty famous. Okay, so an NYPD officer tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles.
Well, that obviously is going to be Die Hard.
Yes, boom, straight in. So that's good, though. That's good. Nice. That's a good film. And do you class it as a Christmas film, Janina?
Oh, absolutely. So Christmassy. It's one of these you have to watch once a year, I think.
Yeah. It is such a great film, though, as well. Classic, it is a great film. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, well, that's great. 1 out of 1 so far.
One.
Oh yeah, is that the second one? I've only seen that once or so, the sequel actually.
Yeah, that's my obsession with aviation comes. That's where I'm like, oh yes, anything airplanes involved, I'll watch that.
Oh right, yes, I'll ask you about that in a minute as well. Actually, yeah. Cool.
I thought I would distract you again.
Okay, 1 out of 1 is good. So let's go to your second one. This one is a series which is more modern. It's had quite a few series now, though. Okay, okay. This Emmy-nominated prequel to Breaking Bad follows small-time attorney Jimmy McGill as he transforms into morally challenged lawyer Saul Goodman.
Yes.
Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No.
No, did you never watch Breaking Bad? Really? Oh, that is so good.
No, I never watched Breaking Bad. No.
Oh, you should watch it. Honestly, it is one of the best series. It is great. Oh, so this was a spin-off series. It's called Better Call Saul. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's complicated.
If you never watched Breaking Bad, you're never going to get that anyway. So that's cool. Okay, so it's still 1 out of 2. It's still good so far, you know. So your final one is a trickier one. I normally leave the third one for a harder one. No, sorry. So this final one is a more recent movie on Netflix. I think it was a Netflix-made film. Okay, so on the eve of World War II, a British widow hires a self-taught archaeologist to dig up mysterious formations on her land, leading to a staggering find.
Oh.
It's got Lily James in, I think. No. It's just funny noises coming from you.
No, I know. I'm trying to think. No, I've no idea.
Okay, it's called. I've not seen it yet. It's called The Dig. The Dig.
The Dig. I think.
Anyway, sorry that. Yeah, I've done my watch list, but I've not seen it yet either. Anyway, 1 out of 3 is still good. You know, a lot of people don't get any, so that is good. That is good. Head hold high. That is good.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, you mentioned aviation there, and so is it right that you started pilot license training? Is that right?
I did a couple of years ago. This came from my dad really, because he loved aviation, and probably when I was a kid, I was playing more with airplanes rather than dolls, because he had loads of models, like plastic or metal models he was building, and I loved that. And yeah, a few years ago, I thought that, again, it's just something I really wanted to do it for myself, not for any reason, like not for career. I wanted to learn to fly. And so I started the pilot license. But sadly, I had to stop with all the COVID and everything else, and the rules and the money as well.
Yeah, but it's not cheap.
But one day,
flying lessons.
No, but it's doable. You know, it's not crazy if you don't aim for commercial flying. You know, if you just want to fly in a day and for yourself, it's not actually that bad.
Right. Okay.
And it's easier than you think as well. It's easier than driving.
Really?
And it's much more pleasant. Less traffic.
Oh yeah, that's true. Gosh, man, I can't. Is it not? So have you been up there and taken the controls and everything?
Yeah. Yes, it's an amazing feeling. It's you know, to anyone who likes a bit of freedom, you know, just get yourself a lesson or trial a lesson, and you're gonna love it. The feeling in the air in a small plane is like nothing else, I would say.
Yeah, that's cool. Were you not scared?
I was absolutely petrified first time. Yes. You know, it's my husband got me first lesson on my 30th birthday, and I was petrified. But from then, I thought I want to do it. I want to just try do something for myself. Just when I'm old and grumpy, I can think I've done something which I really enjoyed. And I can tell my grandchildren about it, hopefully.
That's very cool. Very cool. I
hopefully one day I'll be able to finish it.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? And then you could like fly yourself to destination weddings.
Or even just avoid M6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, maybe I can see the appeal. I've always fancied. I've never been in one, but I'd like to go in a glider someday as well. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, gliders! That's crazy. No engine.
Yeah, but that must feel awesome. And to be that kind of like, you know, virtually silent up there, and would be cool.
I mean, it's amazing feeling up in the sky.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Would you want to do kind of like parachute jumping, you know, flight? I mean, you know, throwing yourself out of a plane and stuff.
I probably would do for charity.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to hold you to that.
Who would do it?
Let's hold you to that. You need to do a charity parachute jump.
Yeah, I would probably do something crazy like that.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I would be too scared, I think. I think I come across as such a scaredy cat on these podcasts, but I have done scary things in my life, but I am just, I don't know. Anyway.
It's easy for me to say it's sitting here, you know, in a lovely cozy cottage.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, kind of behind a window and probably up there with an open airplane door. I would be very much, don't want to do it.
No, I can't imagine that. Brave people who do that. It must feel awesome, though. Yeah, let's go back to your photography, Nina, as well. And you've won a story award from us, and I just think it's awesome, just creative dynamic coverage. It's so good. Can you kind of tell us more about that particular wedding?
Oh yes, Wedding Story Award. That was a lovely Indian wedding in Yorkshire. Do you know, I love Indian weddings. There's so much, they're colourful, there's so much people, so many people, so much emotions, and they're beautiful. It was a couple of years ago. What can I say about this wedding? I was second shooting, so I had a bit of more freedom, I would say, to move around, I guess, than loads of people who solo shoot as well. Again, actually, that coming back to working as a duo, when we work as a duo, you've got more freedom to be creative, which that's, I think, the part I love the most.
Right.
Because I've always loved second shooting, and that's, I think, where sometimes I feel I've taken the best photos from some of the weddings where I wasn't the prime photographer, because I don't know if I didn't feel the pressure or didn't feel like I have to do certain things. But I feel like we've got that in the head that we have to take some photos, don't we? Which really silly at times. Yeah, so it's I'm thinking 2 years ago. I think it must be from 2 years ago wedding. Yeah, it was just a lovely wedding. Do you know, because it's been a while since, and so many weddings since.
Yeah, it's hard to recall. I know. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's just so cool. Just congrats on that, because it's so hard to win a story award, and it's just awesome creative coverage. It really is. And anyone listening now, I'll include that story award in the post on thisreportage.com, so do go to it and check it out. Yeah, it's just awesome, Yeah, really congrats.
It's a lot, that word. That it's I think probably the story awards are the ones I really, really a lot care about, because that's what we're trying to tell the stories from the wedding. So to be awarded from that, it really meant a lot to me. If it's a family award or if it's a wedding, that's just wonderful. I was so grateful for that.
Oh, that's cool, Janina, and super deserved. Awesome work. Awesome work. Oh yeah, as well, because you won a family story award. Was that with Dave Scholl's family? Was it?
Yes, it was Dave Scholl's family, and I don't know what I was thinking first when I was like, oh yeah, of course I will do Dave Scholl's, storyteller of the year and photographer, best one in the UK. Yeah, of course I'll shoot your family. Thinking, then I remember I arrived and I thought, what was I thinking? Like, the pressure in my head, even though Dave is a very good friend, it just went for the roof first. But
I bet,
he made me super relaxed around his house, and it was lovely to actually see him with his family and day in the life. Genuinely, it's, I think, beautiful idea to have family photographed. Well, to have you photographed as family, not just having family photos.
Yeah. Oh, cool. And that's so great as well. That story award as well. Yeah, that's so cool. Or you could call it a Dave in the life for him. Dave in the life.
Dave in the life. Yeah, it's Dave in the life.
Oh, I get that though. That must have been scary for shooting for him. I mean, I've shot a few weddings with fellow wedding photographers, not many, but that I do get extra scared. I know I've talked to some people on the podcast, and they say they enjoy them more and they don't get scared, but I do. Yeah, so I understand shooting Dave's family would have been scary.
Yeah, it was scary at first, but then I really had a great time, and Dave was fantastic as well, and saw his family and kids.
He's such a lovely guy, isn't he, as well? So, yeah, that's cool.
Don't tell him that, though.
No. Yeah, don't listen to that bit, Dave. You probably just heard it, but yeah, ignore that bit. Janina, there's a big life question here. What does it mean to be successful to you? What is success?
Oh, happy children.
Oh, that's nice. Straight away, yeah.
I think my children's smile on their faces, I think that's the most important thing for me. And obviously happy clients, that's great. Not upsetting anyone through what we do. But happy children, I think, is the most. I promised myself for next year not to make sure that I don't edit when they come back from school and things like that. Just to basically have my work time purely to school time, and weekends, obviously, if and when, because obviously our work mostly takes us away for weekends. Because I want to make sure that the reason why I left my daytime job was for them. So I want to make sure that I can do that now.
Oh, that's super lovely. Yeah, very, very cool. And I think my wife would totally echo that sentiment. That's one of the reasons that, she's stopping her NHS work as well, as just to be more for them, especially when they're at this younger age as well, because they're not going to be like at this age forever, are they? So, good deal.
I know, they grow far too fast, don't they?
I know. How old are yours?
10 and 7.
It's exactly the same as mine, 10 and 7. That's weird.
They grow in fast, don't they? It's
yeah, it's weird to have a double-digit child.
I know. That was a big thing for me when Grace turned 10. I thought, wow, I've got a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah.
8 years.
She was happy, and I thought, oh, gosh.
Oh, no, they're really happy to be at double digits, aren't they? But then, yeah, it's sad for us. Yeah, it's sad. Janina, if you could, it's a random question, but if you could take a pill which would instantly make you a world-class expert in something, what would it be?
Gosh.
I know
that's a question. That's going to be a long pause. Do I actually? I think do I actually would want to be an expert in?
No, that's a good. But yeah, you don't have to be. That's a good point.
I think it's nice sometimes is to seek and learn rather than being expert.
Oh, that's very profound, Janina. That it's like that really is.
I don't know if I wanted to be an expert in anything.
Well, is it still important? Like, I mean, I think that's really awesome what you said. So, is it still important for you now to be carrying, still learning with your photography and still progressing? And
yes, I enjoy. I love the part of learning, and I think we learn something from every day, every wedding.
True, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And we're going to be listening to some awesome talks at Doc Day soon as well. It's going to be inspirational.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to Doc Day a lot. It's there's a few people who obviously I've seen before on different conferences, but I know there's some new talks as well. And there's a few people who I've never met before, which I'm very much excited to hear from.
Yeah, and me.
It's always somewhere golden nuggets, isn't it? It's even if you hear the same talk a few times or the same people, there's something suddenly you will hear a different way.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And obviously we're both proponents of education and workshops and conferences and stuff. They are just awesome, aren't they? I mean, just aside from the education side, it's that networking and meeting people, just being around your colleagues in the flesh is an awesome thing.
Absolutely, because photography is such a lonely job. Even if we're surrounded by 100 people on the wedding day, we are hiding behind a camera, and then we're behind a screen at home. So having those communities and those conferences is fantastic. Even if I think if you're introvert, it's still important to have that people around you.
Totally. Do you get that social anxiety at all? Going to stuff like conferences and that, or are you totally happy? Because you're so confident. You come across so confident and so friendly. So I just wondering if you still feel nerves or not.
Absolutely, I do. And I'm gonna admit, this year there was a conference which I was ready to back out from, and I didn't want to go. And I thought, I don't know if I'm ready to see that many people. But I spoke about it to my close friends, and they were like, "No, you're coming. There's no way you're not going." And so I did.
It's great that you do. It's great that you push yourself through that kind of thing. And I get that. I feel like that for each one as well. I'll still be nervous turning up on Doc Day, I think, it's, but it's worth pushing through that just bit of uncomfortableness, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah. Yes. And if there is somebody you already know, it makes it much easier. I think that the first trip I had to London for the first ever 9 Dots meetup, I remember a few years back, that was the most scary. But everybody was so friendly. And even if you don't know people, they all so friendly. And there was a few new people this year, I remember at 9 Dots conference, who, when I've asked them if they had a good time and what they found the most useful, and I think the most of them said the people, the community, how friendly everybody is. And to anybody who's not sure about going to those places, just go, just go and do it, because you will be really surprised. Even if you're absolutely quiet mouse, don't like speaking to people, don't like people, just go and see it once. And if it's not for you, then at least you can say you've tried it.
So true. Great advice. Great advice. Yeah, and if anyone is going on their own and you see Janina there, just go up to Janina and say, "Hey, I'm 72. Can I have a drink, Janina?" You know, and
come with pizza. That would be better start.
Oh, even
ask me for
better.
drink first. I got pizza. Oh, too late though. So it's going to be after the dog food.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Cool. Let's go on to let's ask you about your editing, Janina, specifically. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about how you do yours? Any tips or advice, anything that you found over the years that's helped either maybe your overall edit or the speed of your workflow, or just, any info on yours, really?
If I'm going to avoid swear words when it comes to editing, I'm probably going to have to be silent. I found it a little bit more tricky since I moved from Nikon to Sony, I have to say, and that was a bit of a process of learning. But I do love my black and whites. My black and white with quite high contrast. I just believe in timeless in black and white image. I believe that if you strip the color away, it brings more to actually what's happening in the image, to the emotions. And I wish I could photograph the full wedding in black and white.
Mm-hmm, I get that.
It would
solve all that white balance problem as well.
Well, yes. So I do love black and white. But when it comes to colors, I like a vibrant color. Again, if there is a color, it has to be a good, strong color.
Oh, that's Did it take you a while to get? Did it take you a while to get to your, nail your editing style? Did you try lots of presets and things? And did it take a while?
I still don't feel like I've nailed it. I think still sometimes I feel like that's not exactly how I imagine it maybe on a day. And I think here is just me questioning myself a lot of times, as probably quite a few of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I do enjoy editing.
You do enjoy it. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
If it's a nice wedding and I'm happy with, I know the light was good, it brings me back to the wedding, and I do enjoy it at that point. But obviously, if it's really challenging and the light, and that's at that point maybe it's a little bit harder.
Do you do all the editing?
I do.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Okay. How long does it take you to edit a typical wedding?
Because obviously I do it just within the school time. Well, I don't know. I never thought about breaking it for hours, but between two of us shooting, probably about maybe 12 hours, 15, something like that.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
I don't use much of the Photoshop. I'm more, because with work I provide, it's more true to life. It's probably I would call more basic editing. And
same with me though.
Beauty.
Yeah, same with me, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's a good way. Well, I think all that, you deliver a good product without having to individually, do all that kind of like cosmetic stuff, and and then you have life as well. So I think it's all good.
I think I'll find it hard to find a fine line at that point. Where to stop, and I really admire photographers who do the fine tune editing. I don't know how you can call it, because I wouldn't know how to approach certain things like some scars or things which you might choose to remove, but Bride might say, well, that's part of me, why did you remove it?
Yeah.
So I will often show things like that, and then my clients will get idea that I don't do things like that, or I will mention it during a course if there's anything specific, and hopefully then they will come with something specific, like, oh yes, I've got this. Can you like avoid it or something like that?
Yeah, and that's a great point though as well, about showing images that that are not all like super airbrushed, and that's same with me. I show like, well, some people will say unflattering images, but then I think that helps in kind of like the clients who are attracted to my work. Then I don't attract people who want to look fake and stuff, and so it's all good.
Yeah, so I don't get many clients who ask for it, because exactly I show quite true to life images, and I've got some really funny images from some previous brides, and when I delivered them, they were like, oh, this is so me. Where some photographers were like, oh, I couldn't, there's double chin or whatever. I'm thinking, my bride will actually, I've got confidence she will like it. Although sometimes I'm like, Depends on your relationship with a bride, but
yes, that's true. No, that's cool. I've just looked down, and it's like it's almost an hour, and that has flown by. I know I do say it a lot, but it does fly by, doesn't it? It does fly by.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, I've so enjoyed talking to you. I've got time for one more question, but I just want to say I've just so enjoyed talking to you, Nina. You're just so fab to talk to. You really are. It's cool.
Oh, thank you. I've loved this. I was so nervous, and this has been a lot of fun.
Oh, it has.
Netflix questions. Wedding.
You still did well there. A lot of people don't get any. No, it's still good. And I know I've joked about if people I go to a conference and Janina is there and say about getting a free drink. But honestly, for real, and not, Janina is just so lovely and approachable. So really do go up and say hello to her. And yeah, you might get a McDonald's out of it as well as a free drink as well, or pizza or something. So it's all good. It's all good. But Janina, I've got time. Let's do one more question before we end. Okay, so let's do a big one. What in your opinion? No, sorry. What in your opinion makes a good wedding photographer? What makes a good wedding photographer?
Alan, I'll tell you what it doesn't. It's not a camera.
That's great.
Sure. It's not. It's not a super camera or super lens.
That's a good answer to that question, though. Yeah. But what does make a good wedding photographer then? Yeah, I agree totally. It isn't the camera. It's not the lens.
I think empathy, and being able to understand different people, different circumstances. I think weddings are, even though we photograph a lot of them, they are extremely personal moments in life, and people react to extreme situation in different ways. And as long as we understanding and photograph what's there in front of us with empathy, I think that should make people happy. But that's coming from my style of photography as well. Some brides and groom prefer maybe slightly more approach when they told what to do on a day, which I don't do. I think just being true to yourself and true to your clients, that's what probably makes the good photographer. Show what you wanting to photograph, show what you love to photograph, show what you're good at. So then you're true to yourself and true to your clients.
That is all great advice, Nina. I totally agree. I know you can't see me, but I'm just nodding with a big smile on my face here. So yeah, that's all great advice. Really, really, really awesome. Janina, awesome. That was so cool. Really enjoyed it. That was great.
I'm ready for drink now. Oh,
yeah.
Very early.
Yeah, 11:10 in the morning we're recording this, but yeah, not too early. It's fine. We'll have a few drinks in a few days, although when people listen to this, yes, it will be in the future or not anyway. And I'm sure we did have some drinks, and McDonald's or two, and awesome. And people do head to thisreportage.com now. I'll include the story award that Janina spoke about as well, and a link through to your site. And thanks so much, Janina. That was really fab.
It was absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me, Alan.
Well, thanks for coming on.
It's such a great community you've created, so I'm really feel privileged to be here and speaking to you.
Well, thank you for being such an awesome part of it. It's awesome. And I'll see you in a few days.
See you very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the 109th episode of the This Is Reportage podcast. Janina is just so fab. Always love talking to her. And I definitely owe her a McDonald's. Hope you enjoyed listening. Head to thisreportage.com for a link to her website and to see the specific story awards you spoke about on the episode too. We now have 109 episodes of the podcast available where we speak to wedding and family photographers from all over the world, delve into our back catalogue to hear from the likes of Walter Antunes, Franziska Nauk, Stephen Hershaft, Chelsea Canar, Dan Morris, Alka van Rulo, Sam Docker, Patrick Lombard, Gretchen Yost, Nicole Asteris, and many, many more. If you're not a member of This Reportage or This Reportage family, check out all the benefits of joining us, including an unlimited number of images on your profile, 60 individual award and 18 story award entries per year, invites to our physical meetups and parties, exclusive discounts, hours of educational videos featuring tips and advice from some of the world's best photographers, and much more. At the time of this episode's release, there's just hours to submit to our next award collections. The deadline is the same for both our wedding site and our family site. Submit by 23:59 GMT on the 24th of March 2022. No poses, nothing staged. This is Reportage. And this is bye for now.